Welcome to our DIY, and we just wanted to say congratulations to Pal3307 who won the book. And that's just a reminder, make sure you contact me so I can send you the book.
How do they contact you?
Email me, roseanneorgill@yahoo.com. Okay?
With 2 L's.
So Pal3307.
Yeah.
Okay, DI Baby 1970, do all the kids vlog. I really love Johnny's backyard. They have so much going on. The boys do, and the girls don't. My son John and his wife do healthy preparedness, and I'll post these up here. And our son James does Action Lab, and son Davey does April and Davey. Now the girls, they
have businesses.
They just don't. Rochelle, she does photography, and Julianne does upholstery, that rhymes, and Amanda does furniture. But they don't want to do vlogs because it's too much work.
Well, they're just not interested.
They're not, yeah, they just, maybe someday. But that's a good question. Okay, Grateful MC.
Henry is so cute wanting pickles and cucumber with his waffles. Such amazing chalk artwork. I wonder how long they take to create. Little Charlotte sure loves her grandpa.
She sure does. She likes to sit with you and feed you and stuff. Yeah, it takes a couple of days of doing the artwork. And the first time Rachel did hers, it rained and washed it away. And then she had to redo it. So they do have to depend on the weather a lot too. And then...
Well, people have to have a talent for doing
yes,
it too.
they have to have a talent, yes. And that... But it takes a couple of days, and you have to smear it in and everything, and they just put a lot of work into it, and it was amazing. Okay, why don't you read the next one?
Kathy Conley. Wow, those chalk drawings were awesome. When Charlotte smiled, she looked like her mommy. I think she has her mommy's eyes.
She does.
But where did she and Evie get that curly hair?
And their mom had curly hair when she was a baby, so that's where they get that from. And it's nice that the girls have the curly hair, because then you don't, it's easier to fix. And then you don't, it's just easier.
Ender had curly hair.
I was thinking that. I was thinking of Ender with his curly hair, and that was awfully cute. But it's handy when the girls have the curly hair. I don't know if you remember Ender's curly hair, and April hated cutting his curls off. Okay, Mr. B, awesome chalk art. Hope storms don't wipe it out before they go on with the event. And it did on Rachel's. It did hers. And then she had to redo it. Yeah, and then she had to redo it. And who won? Who won the contest? There were 3 winners. And my sister said Shirley Temple won. And then there was a picture of the heroes. And then she can't remember what the other one was. But I'll post the 2.
Superheroes? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, if I remember right. But I'll post the 2 pictures right here so that you can see.
Not
they were really good.
Not military heroes, superheroes.
I think so. I'll have to look at the picture. Okay, and he wanted to know, and Mr. B was also saying that Lagoon was not the inventor of Lagoon. I always thought it was, but it wasn't. It was some other person. So I just wanted to correct that. Okay, Samuel Ship.
If you find where the mice are coming in, you can put SOS.
This is another mouse suggestion.
You can put SOS pads or the steel wool with soap coating on it to discourage entry through that hole. I like the Tomcat glue traps that are made with black plastic, not the paper ones. I hope y'all get the mice taken care of.
I hope we can get it too. And so I'll have to try those. I'll have to look into the Tomcat.
We've only had 1 mouse in 6 months, I think.
Caught 1 mouse. Okay, Carolina Girl 76. I have a Q&A for you too. We're planning a road trip west to the Grand Canyon. And I gotta turn this page. Let's see. To the Grand Canyon, and then to the state of Utah to see the national parks and to see every temple that we can. There's actually 19 temples in Utah, if you can believe that. My question would be, what month do you think would be the best for traveling there? To miss the super hot areas would not be in snow either. Another great video. Thank you. So I think
spring and fall?
I think September, yeah, fall, or the spring, yeah, because the hot months it's kind of miserable, but September is really a good time to go, to come to travel here, and of course September is when school starts. But if you don't have little kids at
And the first
school,
snowfalls hit maybe the end of September, anytime October, November. That's not, you can get
there
a
may be a
snowfall.
snowfall, yeah. So the springtime or the summertime would be a good time. When we got
No,
married,
you said spring or fall.
oh, what'd I say?
Spring or summer.
Oh, spring or fall. And we got married in the fall, in September, and it was really nice. Davey and April got married in September, and it was really good weather. Out of the 6 kids that got married, September was the most pleasant month. A couple of them were married in, one in December. Of course, that was horrible. It was a snowstorm. One in May, one in June, and they were both really windy. One in April, it was really cold.
How do you remember all that?
I don't know. I just remember. And so the one in September, which was Davey and April's, was really pleasant. Really, and ours was really pleasant.
I don't have any memories about weather during weddings.
During weddings? Yeah, I remember. I guess because the bride's dress is blowing, or you're cold, or...
I do remember Julianne's, because she was freezing in her wedding dress outside.
Yes, she was. It was December 15th, and it was...
And how'd you remember that?
I don't know. And it was just so cold. I've never been so cold. It was a big snowstorm. I didn't think we were going to make it.
But I took pictures with my little digital camera when they first came out, and she used mine over her photography.
Yeah, she did.
Because it actually showed the little snow dots when it was snowing.
Yes, it was actually... You took some really good pictures.
Oh, thank you.
But the temples, that would be awesome. I've lived here my whole life, and I haven't been to all the temples. 3 of them still need to be built. The Salt Lake one's going to be under restoration for 5 years, starting in December. Let's see. There's some I haven't been to, but the majority I have been to.
Have you been to St. George?
I was just thinking that one. I haven't been
Manti?
to the St. George one. I've been to Manti. Where we live, there's 6 temples that we can get to within a half an hour, or 40 minutes. But the others are a couple hour drive, and the St. George is a 5-hour drive. And then 3 others then we'll have 3 more that we can add to our list of just a 40-minute drive. So that'll be 9 temples that we can get to. So that's pretty awesome.
We talk about St. George because every time they do the weather, they're 10 degrees warmer than we are.
Yeah, they are. So that is just awesome. Okay, we're going to go ahead and close with a couple of quotes. Remember to keep the questions coming.
Oh, I thought you were going to say close with a prayer.
Oh, and I forgot. There's one more question here. His family is everything, and you have the 6 kids that we have. She wants to know if they live far away, if they live very far away from us. And the four of the kids live within a 35 to 40-minute drive, and then one lives 2 hours, and then one lives 12 hours. So that's really nice that they live close by.
Are you ready for mine? Okay.
For your quote?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, if you were to die tomorrow and you're on the other side of the veil and you're looking back, what would you wish you had said to what people or done? But mainly, what do you wish you had said? I know everybody say, oh, I wish I'd said I love you one more time. But there are some things you wish you, like, I wish, for example, I had maybe gone to a movie with my mom in her middle as I was getting older. It seems like you start avoiding things you should be doing with your own parents when your kids start growing up. And pretty soon your parents aren't there anymore, and you start wishing you'd I don't know, wished him a happy birthday or just a lot of things.
I was listening to a story today, and he was saying how when he was a little boy, he would watch his grandmother cooking on an old coal burning stove, you know, with wood, and you had to put wood in it. Yeah, we had that, and when the wood bucket would get low, she would pick it up and go out and get some more wood and come in. And he regrets that he didn't go get the wood for her.
The rest of his life,
yeah, he did. He says, "Why didn't I? That was hard for Grandma to do that." And he says, "Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I help?" And then
I'm thinking of things like that.
Yeah, and then like I was talking with my neighbor today, and you know, my mom, she had 15 kids and raised 13 of them. The two twins boys died, and she regretted, and I regretted not helping my mom more. I didn't realize how much work it was to cook and to clean, and she would want me to help, and I'd complain, and I'd say, "Oh, I want to go play." And then when I became a mom with kids, I thought, why didn't I help more? So, I remember what I wanted to
do. How about this one? Visit your mom or your dad or your grandpa as soon as you can. You never know when it'll be the last time you ever see them.
Yeah, you just think more of that person being gone and what you would miss about them. And like in one of the videos when Jimmy Joe and Joanna, we went down to BYU, and we found one of my grandpa's, a story about my grandpa in there. It's called "The Christmas My Parents Wept," and how they didn't have anything for Christmas because they were kicked out of their home and had to move into a chicken coop, and how somebody overheard the kids at a fireman's Christmas party saying, "You better get all of the candy you can because that's all you're going to get." And the fireman dressed up as Santa, and came one of the worst storms in Highland, and he collected some dollies and brought them to the home. And they were
to your home.
To my dad's home, and I think my dad was 7 years old, and he had a bag of dollies, and the
fireman had.
Yeah, the fireman had, and they were always surprised to see him get through that storm. And his car got stuck a mile away from the house, and he had to walk it the rest of the way, and got there about 9 or 10 at night. And there was a knock on the door, and my grandpa, he thought, who could that be in such a storm? And there he was. Vern Hunter was his name, or Ern Hunter. And that was what my dad, he ran and looked into the bag, and it was all dollies, and they were boys. I think there were a couple of girls, but the majority were boys, and they didn't care. They got that dolly for Christmas. And how he grabbed that dolly and called him Ern Hunter, and he got something for Christmas. And then my grandpa, he got his 4 work horses out and helped the fireman get his unstuck from the snow and get him home.
That'd be a sight.
That'd be a sight.
Horses pulling a car out.
Pulling a car out of that snow. Those storms in Highland got pretty bad. Sometimes the snowplow would get stuck in the snow. They were pretty bad. But times like that, you think back and you think, what could I have done to make things better? Like that fireman. He was able to help that family and make a Christmas matter to them.
I know when my mother was in her middle, she got in her early 90s, didn't she, my mom?
She died in the middle 80s.
Anyway, when she became bedridden, I started thinking about if she passes away, all her memories of her childhood will be disappearing with her. So I went over with a 45-minute tape, and we sit no, not a player, or tape recorder.
Recorder, yeah.
And asked her questions and interviewed her,
Mm-hmm.
and I later on typed it up, and
Well, we have those stories now.
and my family still loves that story. So I'm just saying that when older people pass away, there's a lot of history and memories that leave with them.
That die with them. Yeah. So get the stories, listen to the stories, talk to people. If there's anything that you're fighting about, stop fighting about it, because regrets are awfully hard to live with. And do things for people's, your friends, your neighbors, your family. And if you're far away from family, write letters to them. That's kind of old school, but you can Marco Polo, FaceTime. Don't let moments go by where you hear so many people so many times say, "Gosh, I wished I would have called. I had a feeling to call. I should have known. I should have known." So that's our thoughts that we'll leave with you today. And let's see.
Oh, did you do yours?
Yes, I'm going to do mine right now. It is. At the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years.
It's interesting.
Abraham
way of saying
Lincoln. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. We turn not older with years, but newer every day.
Because you got newer experiences.
Yeah, newer experiences. Like Joe's grandmother, she wrote 4 or 3 life stories.
Yeah, 3 life stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I was typing up, and I did.
And she was in her 90s.
I did publish them on Amazon, her life stories, and on her third one, she mentioned that this is my 3rd life story, and the reason is, at every period in your life, you look back on, and there's different things that stand out in your mind, different good events, different sad events, and they end up being just different.
She said that these are 3 different life stories. You don't live it again, you live it different.
Well, and you live it in your mind different, what happened.
Yeah. So, make sure you keep the questions coming. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and go live your life. And enjoy, and don't deal with regrets. Thank you, and look for the rose, and good night, everybody.
Good night.